Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome if you are new. So today I'm doing some spring polygel nails and I'm creating these kind of blue glitter French tip kind of nails with some gel polish. So these are just the products that I'm using, and I was really excited to use these really pretty blue crystals that I have. But anyway, let's just get straight into the video. So of course I'm going to start off by applying a layer of base coat. Today I'm using the Glow Tips base coat. I really love this brand and it's actually their gel polish that I'm using today in the shade Scorpio, which is my absolute favorite blue ever. So I'm just applying a really thin layer to my nails, and this is going to help create a nice protective slash sticky base for your polygel and of course for your nail tips. So for the nail tips, I'm going to use the 6-in-1 nail glue from Born Pretty, and I did a review on this kit. It's such a great kit, and I'm also using the little lamp in the background. And what I like to do is just put the base coat into the little wells of the nails, and I just like to put them on one at a time, and that I feel like saves me a lot of time rather than having to flash a nail and then go on to applying glue to the next one and then repeating that. I feel like this just saves me so much more time. And because this 6-in-1 nail glue from Born Pretty is nice and thick, I feel like the glue doesn't like run out of the well whilst I'm doing the other nails. So I feel like it's just so good, and I've been using it a lot recently. So to take down my nail tips, I'm using my nail clip cutters, and I'm just taking down a little bit from the tip, and I'm just making sure that the numbers is also like completely gone, just because I wasn't sure if I was gonna go for like a jelly kind of look today or a more opaque blue, so I just made sure to get rid of it. And then I'm using my sanding band and my favorite Maca e-file, which is the JD 700 e-file, and it's so good. And I'm using this on a really low speed, and I'm just using that to buff away the shine from the natural nail tips. From the nail tips. And this is also going to help ensure that when you apply your base coat, or in this case the 6-in-1 nail glue from Born Pretty, it's going to help really like attach onto the nail, and that's also going to help your polygel to last. So you really want to make sure that you buff the nail tips. I know I don't do it in every single video, but that's because I usually pop these nails off and I kind of forget that I have to do that because I don't do my nails with the intention of keeping them on long term. So I guess I kind of missed out that step, but I've been trying to include it more in my nail videos. So moving on to the design, I'm starting off with this gorgeous blue shade. It's honestly so beautiful, and I've used this shade before, and I'm just doing a thin layer on the nail tips where I want to create an ombre, and then I'm curing that with the light. And this is the Gershon Nude Polygel from the Nude Polygel kit, and I have done a review on this one as well. And I'm using that to create my nail bed area, and I tried to make this thin but also build a little bit of like an apex, because I will be encapsulating this. Of course it's an ombre, so I feel like I can't really file over the ombre, otherwise it would kind of ruin it. So I just prefer to protect it with a clear layer of polygel, and so I try to make this layer as thin as I can, again because I don't want my nails to be bulky, but I also try to create a little bit of thickness where I would build my apex. And I'm also using the Model 1's slip today, which I did a review on, and it's so good and it worked perfectly for this design. And then I do cure each layer for like 60 seconds or 30 seconds. And then later on I just go in with like a full 60 seconds and flash the entire hand. So in today's video I did come across an issue from one of the brands in today's video, which is Vetsy, and I love their products and their little polygel like boxes that they do. I feel like they're such good value for money, but unfortunately today I came across a polygel which I had never used before, and it was just not working out, and I will explain more once I apply it. But yeah, so far everything up until this point was like great. I was doing my usual polygel kind of, you know, application. I did have to add a little bit more to this one though, as you just saw, because I guess I didn't realize how sheer this nude color was, but that's okay, because that little extra bit that I added completely fixed it. But for that Vetsy polygel that I'm going to use, I had to end up using base coat because it was a very thin consistency, and so it was like very sticky, almost kind of like a builder gel consistency, if not thinner. But yeah, I'm just finishing off this nail, and this is the polygel. It's one of their glitter polygels from their glitter polygel kit, and it's such a beautiful glitter. It's got like this yellow, blue and green like little mix, and I really loved it. And when I first squeezed it out, I thought it would be like the other glitter polygels that I use from them. They're a little bit stiff, of course, because they have glitter in them, but yeah, and so I ended up applying it to all the nails in one go. And that could have been the biggest mistake I made in this video, because as soon as I started using it, I realized how sticky it was. And here I'm just showing you from the side that the more I start to tap it in, it just started to stick to my brush. And from my polygel like experience that I've had, I know polygels like this work better with base coat. So I ended up applying base coat, which was great. It fixed the issue. It wasn't sticky anymore. It was still very thin. However, for this nail, it was completely fine, since I only squeezed out like a small bead rather than like a huge amount. It was still kind of sticky, but just add more base coat and it's fine. But as I was working on this nail, I didn't notice that the ring finger, the polygel on the ring finger was actually sliding down or up my finger. Like it went completely onto my skin, and I didn't notice because the way I'm holding my hand now is like the ring finger is like it's upside down, I think is the right word. So I didn't notice, but it basically got all over my finger, and I'll show you guys properly in a minute. It was kind of scary when I saw it because I kind of freaked out and I didn't know what to do. But yeah, that was just so unpleasant, and unfortunately I ended up getting base coat all over my ring finger, like around the skin. Like as you can see my ring finger now, it's like on my finger, and I didn't even notice. Like it's at this point, I think, or like soon, that I'll notice it. But I don't know what it was, but I think this Model 1's slip got onto my like finger and it messed it up. I'll show you guys later, but here I noticed and I was freaking out. So I dipped my brush in slip solution and I was trying to get it off, and surprisingly it came off like pretty well. Like there was not much residue left behind, so I was very pleased about that. But then I quickly noticed that this polygel is like really runny. Like I spent so long on this finger that like I was just so fed up with it. Like it was just so annoying trying to do this finger, but I got there in the end. My application was not the best. Even my ring finger, even my middle finger was like spilling everywhere, and I was like, I don't know what to do. But I'm just trying to like push the bulk of the polygel into like the center of the nail so it doesn't drip down or anything. So then I go into work on my ring. As you can see, it's still like moving very quickly. You'll see it later. I had to like clean up my cuticle area like 8 times or like 6 times or something. But yeah, this polygel was a bit of a mess to work with. I'm not saying you can't work with runny polygels like this. I feel like you definitely can, but maybe work with them in like small sections. Work with them in small sections. So apply like a bead like I did on the other finger, and then work your way up from there. Just keep adding small beads. But it was at this point that I started to clean up my cuticle area, and I didn't notice that the base coat was also on my brush, because I forgot. I thought I was using the slip, but there was base coat, and I ended up getting base coat all over my ring finger. And later I'm just going to cure my finger because I was so scared to just leave my finger like that. because I knew the polygel was gonna spread everywhere. So I just went to cure it super quick, and I did not clean my cuticle area. I just completely forgot, and it cured. And right now, as I'm looking at my finger, it looks like I have a rash there because the base coat is just stuck there, and I tried filing it off and it didn't work. So I might have to like Google what to do. But yeah, as you can see, it's starting to come together, but on the side walls it just kept dripping. Like the polygel just kept going into the places I did not want it to go in. And this finger in the end, I feel like ended up being a little bit wider than the rest, which was annoying, and it was also kind of difficult to file. But yeah, I just wanted to get this finger done. I don't think it looks bad. I still really love this polygel shade. I just hate the consistency or the formula of it. I don't know what happened with this one, and my room temperature was not even that warm. So yeah, that one was a bit of a shocker. But for the ring finger, it was easier because I had less there, and I also removed like a good amount before trying to work it in. And I thought I would build it up with like a second bead, but I was actually pretty happy with only one bead, so I just left it there, and then I moved on to the pinky finger. So yeah, just wanted to include that in the video because that's just what happened today. And I usually never have this problem with like even the runniest of polygels, but then again, it does happen from time to time. I feel like everyone comes across this one product that they never expected to be so bad. So yeah, this was that one for me. And now I'm just working the bead into the ring finger, into the pinky finger, and yeah, it was so much easier to do it in like a small bead. So I highly recommend using a small bead, and also base coat, which should work. And now I'm trying to get like that residue off. At this point I realized that it was like glued onto, like cured onto my finger, and I was like a little bit annoyed, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, the middle finger, I just ended up using the base coat that was already on my brush because I didn't want to like I kept wiping my brush, but some of that base coat was still there. I also did use some slip as well, so even if you don't have slip or rubbing alcohol, it sometimes is cheaper to just use base coat. I feel like with base coat though, I don't get such an even surface, but I do like to use it. I used to use base coat a lot before, and then I stopped because I felt like I could get better application with the slips. So I guess it's also up to personal preference, of what you prefer and what you don't prefer. So yes, if you have made it this far into the video, please don't forget to like and comment down below what your favorite nail is so far. And also I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is here still watching my video. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys are amazing. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I have been really happy with my like posting schedule. Recently I've just been very consistent, and I think I've been uploading every other day, as far as I can remember. So do hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And I also quickly want to mention my discount codes. I do have a 20% off discount code with Etsy. It is Camin1060 for 20% off, and for my cart it's Nails by Camin for 15% off, and you can use that off on their website and it will save you some money at checkout. So yeah, you guys can use that because I still love the Etsy products, don't get me wrong, it's just this one polygel. So next I'm doing my clear encapsulation just on the like ombre nails. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to mess that up, so I'm just adding some base coat. I don't know why I wanted to keep using the base coat. I feel like with the Macart clear polygel it's a little bit too stiff for my liking sometimes. I guess it also depends on like my room temperature. So I did want to use some base coat today, and I feel like it helped me get a good even-ish application. I feel like I don't get the most even application with base coat, like I said, but I had just been doing this set for so long because of that little situation that I feel like I just wanted to quickly encapsulate and file it to perfection later. So that is also something you can do if you want to save time, or maybe you're not the best at creating a nice smooth layer. You can just use base coat to quickly get the polygel where you want it and then perfect later with filing. And maybe that's also going to help you practice like your filing and improve. So that is something I like to do sometimes. And I was looking for my Vetsy clear polygel today, which is also really good, by the way, but I just couldn't find it. I feel like it's just lost somewhere right now because I just don't use that clear often. The one I go for almost 80% of the time is Macquart's clear, so yeah, I might have to find that. But just in case you were wondering, the Vetsy clear is also really good. Another good clear is the 2B Glam clear. I really love that brand. And their clear is like really good. It's almost as clear as Macquart. It's just that their formula is a little bit on the softer side, which I don't love, but at times when you want to save time, I feel like it makes it a lot easier to apply. So for every nail that I'm applying clear polygel to, I'm like freeze curing it for like a couple seconds under my little light in the back, and then in the end I'm gonna do like a 60-second cure for my entire hand, and that's gonna make sure that all the polygel is really cured and really hard on the nail before I go to file. Also, I did take some inspiration from a nail pic on Instagram. I just use like the blue kind of color and the glitter thing going on. That's pretty much what I like went for. But some parts of the nail are like a bit of my creation. I always like to add a little bit of a twist sometimes to like nail sets that I'm inspired by, just to like make it my own in a way. But I just want to still mention that I did get a little help with like the inspo on Instagram. I feel like Instagram has so many good nail designs and so much good inspo. If you guys like need any good inspo, you can check them out, or maybe you can check out my page out on Instagram. My Instagram is Nails by Camin, and I would appreciate if you guys came and said hi to me on there. I love posting nail content on there. I'm not the best at always being super consistent as I am on YouTube, but I do definitely try, and I love posting like mini tutorials of all these like nail videos I post here on YouTube. So if you want to see that, then definitely go give me a follow or check out my page, and I will link that down below as well. So once I'm pretty much happy with my encapsulation, I'm gonna go in and cure that for 60 seconds, then getting a lint-free wipe with some alcohol and making sure to wipe down those nails super well, especially the underneath. And that's gonna make sure that my nails don't have any stickiness to them, because that's really important when you file. You want your nails to be completely dry and matte so that your nail file can really get in there and file, I guess, because you don't, last thing you want is a gunky sticky file which is not going to file anything. So just make sure that your nails are really well cleaned, and that's really going to help you get a better overall file. So I'm just going to let you guys enjoy this section of me filing. It takes me quite a long time to file, especially today's set. Like this nail took me forever to file. I didn't keep all of like it in, but most of it. And I just do the sidewalls, and then I do the surface. Today I had to do a little extra on the surface. I didn't end up using my e-file, which was great, but I really felt like I wanted to. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do: the sidewalls, the surface, and the free edge. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple filing routine, nothing too crazy. And then I make sure to, of course, go in with a nice soft buffer. That's really going to help take out all the scratches from the 100 grit file. I feel like this is so important, especially when you're doing like a shiny nail set. So now I'm removing the dust one more time. You could also wash your hands. I feel like that works great. And then I'm going to go in with top coat. This is the Glow Tips top coat. It's the no wipe top coat, and it's so amazing. I love this top coat so much. It's so good, and it's really got this nice thick consistency. I love a good top coat that has like a thick consistency, because those kind of top coats like create a bit of like a smoothing layer. I feel like it just hides any bumps or any like minor imperfections on the surface of the nail. So I just really like that. Sometimes you can get these really nice quality top coats with these really affordable / new brands. So I feel like this is a brand that you guys should check out. They also have an amazing range of gel polishes so far. They are kind of new as well, so they don't have many shades, but they have like a good range, and I feel like some of their colors are very unique, and they really cater to like the different undertones of the skin, which is really lovely with this brand. So definitely check them out. And again, this shade that I used was Scorpio. It's just such a pretty blue shade, and going in again with that, I'm just gonna do like a little French tip. So I tried not to use my little like resin plate today, because I don't like cleaning that up and wasting product. So I just painted like the tip of the nail, and then using a fine detailed brush, I'm just creating my French tip. I couldn't find my long Glitter Bells brush today, so I had to end up using this tiny one, which still worked okay. I just feel like it wasn't as precise as it normally is, but yeah, I'm just creating that little French tip. And once I've done that, I'm sprinkling on this glitter. I did not end up using both. I just ended up using this little one in like the little bottle, and then using my spatula to kind of make sure it's all flat, because this one was definitely like a more chunkier glitter. Then after I've cured that, I'm using the 2B Glam transfer foil, and I'm going to be using the gel, and I put that on and cured it, and then I let it cool, because letting your transfer foil cool before you apply your nail foil really helps the nail foil to stick on so well. So I just went on and did my nail decorations, then I did my foil after. And I used the blue nail foil from the 2B Glam floral foil kit, and it's a really lovely foil. It's one of my favorite floral foils, and I'm just rubbing that in and then pulling that off, and then finishing off with the rest of my nail decor. I really love this huge kind of blue crystal that I had. I feel like it worked so well with this set. Then I'm applying my macaque cuticle oil and massaging that in super well. And this is the finished look. I really love how these nails turned out. The blue and the glitter and the little flowers were just so pretty together. I love the little like crystal, like the blue one as well. It's so nice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would really love to know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for staying until the end of my video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.